something is deeply wrong in France. The French state, under the guise of protection, is enacting laws that strip parents of their fundamental rights. We are talking about mandatory vaccinations for infants. We are talking about forced schooling at the tender age of 3. These are not mere policy decisions, they are a blatant power grab. In this essay, we will expose the shocking truth behind these laws. Prepare to be outraged, because what is at stake is nothing less than the soul of our nation. Let's start with the issue of mandatory vaccinations. Since 2018, French law has mandated 11 vaccines for children. These vaccines are a prerequisite for entry into collective settings, schools, daycare, and the like. The state is saying, vaccinate your child or deny them an education. This is not choice, this is coercion. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights states, everyone has the right to life, liberty, and security of person. Where is the free and informed consent when parents are threatened with the exclusion of their children from essential social institutions? This is a dangerous precedent that opens the door to further state intrusion into the sacred sphere of the family. The assault on parental rights does not stop there. In 2019, the Blanca law made schooling mandatory from the age of 3, lowering the age from 6. While the law allows for homeschooling, this alternative is subject to stringent justification and remains under the control of authorities. By imposing mandatory schooling at such a young age, the state is effectively eliminating educational diversity. It is a blow to pedagogical freedom and a tragedy for countless families who seek alternative educational paths for their children. The French state is not content with merely enacting these draconian laws. Parents who refuse to comply with mandatory vaccination or early schooling face a barrage of sanctions. Fines, denial of access to daycare, and even reports to child protection services are used as weapons to bludgeon families into submission. The message is clear: conform or face the consequences. This is not a government that supports families. It is a government that seeks to control them. It breeds distrust in institutions, erodes individual freedoms, and creates a climate of fear and conformity. We risk creating a society where the state dictates every aspect of our lives, from the moment our children are born. The situation may seem bleak, but we must not give in to despair. We must remember that the family is the fundamental unit of society. The state has no right to interfere in this sacred sphere. We must resist these unjust laws and defend our fundamental freedoms. How can we do this? First, we must educate ourselves and others about our rights as parents. We must support organizations and individuals who are fighting for parental rights through legal challenges and advocacy efforts. Write to your elected officials, speak out on social media, engage in respectful but firm dialogue with those who hold opposing views. We must stand together, united in our determination to protect our families and preserve our freedoms for generations to come. The recent case of Verhoeven versus France in 2024 should send chills down the spine of every parent in France. In this case, a mother who removed her child from Japan lost her fight at the European Court of Human Rights to have him returned to her in France. The court sided with the French authorities, who enforced the Hague Convention on Child Abduction. While this case involved international law and parental abduction, it highlights a disturbing trend: the erosion of parental rights in the face of state power. The Verhoeven case should serve as a wake-up call. It underscores the urgent need for greater awareness, vigilance, and action to protect the sanctity of the family and the fundamental rights of parents.